What's up, everybody? Welcome to Passive Income with ATM's Facebook group. It's your boy Juan Jeronimo, and we're back at it with another live training, guys. Welcome to everyone watching live, and for everyone watching the replay, welcome as well. Now, for everyone watching live right now, can you guys go ahead and do me a favor and go ahead and comment live in the chat right now? Let's go ahead and help out the algorithm, guys. Whenever you guys comment, it helps out. They push our group, they push our pages to the top so more people can go ahead and tune in. So in the meantime, while we just give it a little bit more time for more people to tune in, can you guys go ahead and comment live in the comments, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now, you guys are in for a treat today. Tonight, I'm going to try to make it quick, but it's probably going to be another 30 to 45 minute live, okay? So for those of you guys that are ready, we got some new things for you guys today. As well as some special offers, and ultimately, a bunch of valuable information for you guys to take home, sleep on, and ultimately see if this is even a great business for you, right? So ultimately, you guys are in this group because you guys are interested in the ATM business and you just want to know a little bit more about it. So of course, it's my job to be on here and give you guys as much value as possible. So in the meantime, everyone watching right now, go ahead and comment live, LIVE. Go ahead and comment live, and I'm going to go ahead and give it 30 seconds, and we'll go ahead and jump into the agenda. Guys, like I said, I just want more people to tune in. I know I just started, but I'm going to go ahead and give it just a little bit more time. So for everyone watching right now, just bear with me, and we'll go ahead and get started in 30 seconds. All right, everybody, welcome. Now, thank you guys for everyone that's commenting. If you're watching live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, also comment replay. I'm always watching the comments, and anytime that you guys comment, of course, I'm going to come back over here and answer your guys' questions. Now, this live right here, whenever it's done, it will be posted in the group as well as on my YouTube channel. So for anyone that is joining in late or had to leave early, whatever the case may be, don't worry. It's going to be recorded. You guys are going to be able to watch the whole entire thing. But let's go ahead and get into tonight's agenda, guys. Real quick, guys, thank you guys for joining our group. For all of our newest members that have not taken advantage of this group, in the guide section, guys, if you guys head over to the guide section after this live, go ahead and head over there. You're going to have a mini course. You're going to have weekly live training. So pretty much every single live, it's recorded and it gets put onto the group. So you guys will always be able to go back and watch it. If we talk on different topics, every live is different. Sometimes we talk about prospecting locations. Other times we talk about how to fund your business, like today, how to leverage credit, the type of locations, the step-by-step how to start the business, how to apply for your LLC, and the list goes on, right? So for those of you guys that have not took advantage of our guide section, I would highly recommend you guys to do that because you're going to get a ton of valuable information just on the guide section alone. And then on top of that, I also post all of my student success stories, guys. So for everyone that I've helped out start generating passive income with the ATMs, I literally post on my guide section for you guys to see. I tag every single one of my students so you guys can add them as a friend, ask them a couple questions, let them know what's going on. And ultimately, if this program, my group is something that fits you, right? So thank you guys again. Let's go ahead and move into the agenda. I got a little PowerPoint for you guys today. So for those of you guys that don't have a pen and paper, highly recommend you guys to do that because I'm about to give you guys a lot of information. Now, of course, for those of you guys that are on the phone, pull out your notes, guys. Let's go ahead and get started now. Welcome again, guys, to Tuesday's live training. Before we even start the training, guys, I forgot to ask you guys, how was your Easter? How was your guys' Easter? Did you guys have any family time? Did you guys enjoy the holiday? Did you guys just not do anything? How was your guys' Easter, guys? I'm rude, right? I didn't even ask you guys. How was your guys' Easter? I had a great time with the family. I was enjoying the time off with the family. Well, yeah, time off with the family, popping eggs on people, taking my little daughter, she's 3 years old, on her little egg hunt. So it was definitely a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm looking at my TikTok and my chat over here on my left side. So if you guys see me look over here, uh, don't mind me. I'm looking at the chat, guys. But let's go ahead and get started on the live training, guys. Now, let's go ahead and go over the agenda for tonight's live training. Tonight's agenda is going to be how I can help you fund your ATM business with literally little to no money, as well as how our unlimited location finder service can help you land multiple locations or multiple ATMs on location. And then last but not least, guys, as always, we always jump on a Q&A where you guys will be pretty much be able to ask me questions, back and forth, whatever the question may be. I'm going to have an answer for it, guys. I've currently have been in the business for over 3 years now. I currently have over 20 ATMs on location, currently generating me passive income. And just to give you guys a little bit of a background story on me and what qualifies me to give you guys this information. Like I said, I've been in the business for over 3 years. I currently have 20 ATMs on location generating me passive income. And I did not start off from a wealthy family. I didn't start off with money, guys. I started literally from the ground up, guys. As you guys see, all right here on the picture on my left side, guys, I was working construction. I was working overtime after overtime, trying to put in that time, ultimately trading my time for money, right? Growing up, that's the mentality I grew up on, right? It was either get a great job or go to school. Now, school, it was not for me. So I had no other option but to go find a job and ultimately try to climb the corporate ladder, which is what a lot of us are getting or being taught, right? So that's exactly what I went through from literally straight out of high school, working 9 to 5 all the way up until I was like 22 years old when I finally decided to get started with my ATM business. Now, I was working in the oil fields, I was working construction, and ultimately I knew that this was not sustainable. I knew that working a 9 to 5 was not going to be ultimately a great business, a great career, I guess you can say, right? What motivated me to leave my 9 to 5 was ultimately almost losing my life, guys. I was working out in the oil fields. I was driving, I think it was like 3 in the morning, and I had, went to bed at 11 the previous night due to the fact that we're working a lot of hours. And literally, guys, I started falling asleep on the road, and next thing you know, I'm almost about to run into an electrical pole. So as soon as I swerve out of the way, thankfully there was no truck or 18-wheeler coming on the other side of the road. If not, I probably wouldn't be here telling you guys this story. But that right there alone, guys, being there, working, putting in all the overtime, and then at the end of the day, just being a number to that company, I knew that wasn't sustainable. So I had to figure out a way to ultimately make my money work for me or become my own boss, right? So I started looking into different business ventures. That's when I found out about the ATM business, which was literally a little bit over 3 years ago. I started to do my due diligence. I started to look on YouTube, Google, trying to put the puzzle together. And ultimately, I was able to get started on my own. Now, I did get started on my own, and the reason being is because back in the day, guys, I was a cheapskate. I did not want to spend money on no course. I did not want to spend money on no program or mentor. So I try to go the free route. I try to put the puzzle together on YouTube, Google, but at the end of the day, guys, that alone is time consuming. You won't finish the business as soon as you possibly can by trying to put the puzzle together, as a lot of you guys may already know. So what I did was I started to, be a little bit, in a sense, hard on myself because I didn't want to invest, right? But I was like, you know what? I have to do it. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. So that's exactly what I did. I bought my first course, which was probably like $400. Looked into that course. I started watching all the videos, doing my due diligence, and that's when I was able to find out a couple things about the business, the proper way to file my LLC, the whole nine, right? So then I started my ATM business in January of 2020, established my LLC, got my EIN, which I'll get into in just a second, the step-by-step how to start your ATM business. But once I started that, guys, literally, I just started putting in the work. I was like, you know what? I saved up a decent amount of money. Let me quit my job and just full focus on the ATM, literally tunnel vision. And that's exactly what I did, guys. I quit my job. I tunnel visioned just on the ATM business. And literally, guys, in about a month, I was able to land my first ATM on location on my own. Now, it wasn't the best location that I found, nor was it the best deal. I actually don't even have that location anymore. And the reason being was because ultimately I didn't know how to find locations. I didn't know what to do. All I was trying to do is find a location to place my ATM in there. But although it sounds that simple, it's really not. You have to be able to prospect the right locations. You have to be able to negotiate with business owners. And at the end of the day, guys, the most important, you have to be able to show that you're delivering value, right? An ATM, no one wants an ATM. No business owner wants an ATM. What they want to do is they want to save money. They want to make money. So what you need to do, and that's something that I didn't do, was go in there and literally give them all the value that you can provide them. What I used to do is I used to walk into business and be like, hey, can I put an ATM in your business? And the business owner would be like, well, how much are you going to pay me? Right off the jump, just because I didn't list the value, they tried to, see how much I'm going to give them. And my first ATM, I installed it at a cell phone repair store, and I was charging like $2.50, and I was giving the business owner like $1.25 or $1. So I was literally giving them 50% of my profits, and that's because I was eager. I just wanted a location, so I didn't care what I had to do to land that location. So what I did was I landed that location. I started paying the business owner the dollar, and ultimately ended up hurting me over the long run because the location was an hour away. So over the course of the month, I was spending a lot more in gas, a lot more in time going to the location than what it was actually generating me. And that's one of the problems that I had to encounter as a beginner, not wanting to invest in myself. So that was one of the, trial and errors that I had to go through as a beginner, right? So pretty much after I landed that location, that's when I started to realize, hey, man, I have to invest in myself. I have to do something. Ultimately, you know what they say, a smart man learns from experience, but a wise man learns from someone else's experience. So that's exactly what I did. I invested into a mentor. I invested more time into my business, into self-education, and ultimately that's what helped skyrocket my business. And literally within the first year, guys, although I started a bit fast but also slow at the same time, I was able to end the year off with like 5 to 6 ATMs on location, which were probably generating me about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, right? So I ended the year strong. Second year, I already put in more time, put in more investment into my self-education, and by the second year I ended with like 15 ATMs on location, and I'm a little over my third year now, and I currently have a little over 20 locations or 20 ATMs on location now. Pretty much what my whole purpose of this group here is, guys, is to ultimately help you guys do the exact same thing that I did, but avoid the trial and error. So I hope you guys gain tons of value from my social media platforms, from my group. And thank you guys again. My name is Juan Jeronimo. Now let's go ahead and get into funding, guys. Now, funding, if you guys are excited to hear how I can help you guys start your ATM business with little to no money, go ahead and comment credit down right now in the comments. Go ahead and comment credit. Let me know that you guys are excited for our funding, and I'll go ahead and jump on this and let you guys know in about 30. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with funding. Now, thank you guys for watching. We're going to quickly go over how I can help you fund your ATM business with little to no money. So thank you guys again. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Let me go ahead and get rid of this real quick. All right, how I can help you fund your ATM business. Now, I currently work with a third-party funding team. They're called Easy Consulting. They're actually out in Beverly Hills. And this is pretty much a company that allows beginners, entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs start their business without their own money, right? Not everyone has over $10,000 in the bank just sitting there, waiting to invest. So what better other option to use than to use your own credit, right? So what this broker here does is they leverage your personal credit to help you fund your ATM business. So for everyone watching, our Easy Consulting program right here, what they do is they'll go out, find you the best rates. They'll find you the cheapest monthly payments for you. And ultimately what they do is whatever you agree on, that's the package that you guys are going to go with. Now, in order to qualify for our funding, you need a 620 minimum credit score, $35,000 in annual income, and 3 months of employment. Now, these three options right here, guys, you are pretty much going to be able to leverage funding right away. You're going to be able to start your ATM business as soon as possible, literally, hopefully within the less than 90 days, and ultimately start this business without any of your cash. Now, like I said, guys, you need a 620 minimum credit score. You need $35,000 in annual income and 3 months of employment. If you qualify, guys, you automatically get access to our third-party funding team, and you get these benefits: low affordable monthly payments, and they range from $150 a month all the way up to $300 a month. You also get a soft pull on your credit. So if you guys are saving for a house, a car, whatever the case may be, and you guys don't want to take a hard pull on your credit, don't worry. They do a soft pull on your credit. And they also do not have prepayment penalties, meaning if you want to pay off your loan as soon as a year or less, you guys can definitely do that, and there will be no penalties for paying it off early. Now, last but not least, guys, you're able to start the ATM business with little to no money, right? You're able to start the ATM business with OPM, other people's money. So for those of you guys that are interested in funding and want a little bit more information, go ahead and comment funding right now. That's FUNDING. Go ahead and comment funding right now, and I'll go ahead and send you guys our funding guide. Our funding guide is pretty much going to give you guys a quick walkthrough on our program, what it is that we offer. And if you guys are interested, you're actually able to book a call with me, quick 10 to 15 minute informational call on funding from this guide. So if you guys would like a funding guide, go ahead and comment funding. Now, for everyone on TikTok, message me on Instagram and let me know that you guys want this guide, and I'll go ahead and send that to you guys as soon as possible. But everyone, comment funding for those of you guys that do want the funding guide, and I'll go ahead and send that over to you as well. Now, this funding guide right here, guys, is also going to list 5 different credit tips that are going to help you and your credit if you happen to not meet the requirements. So if you're someone with a lower credit and you don't qualify for our funding, don't worry. Our funding guide will actually walk you through 5 different tips to implement into your credit limits or current credit cards to ultimately help boost your credit score. So hope you guys take advantage of that. Like I said, for those of you guys that want access to that guide, go ahead and comment funding guide. But ultimately, guys, you're able to start the ATM business with OPM, all other people's money. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? I started off with my own cash, and at the end of the day, my return on investment had to increase a little bit. That was because I was using majority of my cash. But a lot of the times, if you are using funding, guys, literally you're using almost any of your money. So literally, if your ATM is making you $500 a month and your monthly payment is $150 a month, guess what? You're paying $150 off for your loan, and the other $350 is going to your pocket as profit. Now, guess what? There is no prepayment penalties. So if your ATM is making you $500 a month and you want to pay that loan off a little quicker, you definitely can. And guess what? You can perfectly do that without any penalties. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are interested in funding, go ahead and comment funding. Now, let's go ahead and get into what can I help you fund, right? I provided you the funding. I gave you the information on funding, but what can I help you fund? So I currently have a mentorship program called the ATM Plug. And in my mentorship program, you're automatically going to get an online step-by-step course. And this online step-by-step course is pretty much going to guide you from A to Z on starting your ATM business. So unlike other courses out there, this course comes with a mentorship where you're pretty much going to be able to reach out to me, reach out to our team, and ask any questions, concerns, any help, and we're going to be there for you 24/7, right? So with our online course, I'm going to teach you literally from applying for your LLC all the way up to installing your ATM and filling it up with cash. So this online step-by-step course, once you enroll, you will have lifetime access to this course, meaning if there's ever any updates, you are going to have access to all of those updates. Now, also our clients only group. You're also going to get access to this clients only group lifetime as well. This group right here is where I will be notifying everyone as a whole, letting you guys know what's going on, whether it's the industry, that something's changing, or there's any new offers or discounts, whatever the case may be. All of my clients, all of my students, they get first dibs on everything, guys. So I now offer unlimited location finder service. And before I actually offered this to all of my students, I actually went to my clients only group and offered it to my students first. So they get first dibs when it comes to anything that we release. And that's just because they're already part of our team. So we got to take care of our team, right? But now we opened up more spots and we are looking for more people that are interested in the service, which we'll get into in just a second. But after the clients only group, guys, with my mentorship package, you also get one brand new ATM included. Now, this ATM right here that you see behind me, it's a Hyosung Halo 2. This machine right here is the machine that I prefer. I currently have over 20 of these current machines. And till this day, guys, all of my machines have been working nonstop. And as long as you guys can do your maintenance on it, as long as you take care of your ATM just like a vehicle, it's going to last you a long time. The average lifespan on these ATMs are 10 plus years. So trust me, guys, your return on investment, you should get it within a year or so, a year to 2 years. And anytime after that, this ATM is just making you profit. It's a sitting asset generating you cash flow, right? So you will get one brand new ATM included. You also will get one brand new internet box included. Now, this ATM right here, in order for it to literally communicate with our processing network, it has to be connected to internet, right? So right here on my ATM, as you guys can see, I have little antennas right here, right? These little antennas are my internet. I have it connected inside the ATM, and that pretty much allows the ATM to communicate with the processing network and ultimately for us to be able to get on our phones and see all the ATMs that we have, how much cash is in it, when do we need to fill it up, how many transactions. You're going to be able to pretty much see everything. So this ATM right here, we will provide you both the ATM and the internet box already included with our mentorship package, as well as free unlimited processing. So for everyone that's interested in processing, you are going to get 100% free processing, meaning we're not charging one penny for that. We're also not tying you up under no contract. And last but not least, guys, it's unlimited. You're able to scale your portfolio to 20, 30 machines, and our agreement won't change with you guys. So besides this, ATM programming training. This is very important, guys, and this is something that separates us from other programs out there. We actually walk you through step by step how to program this ATM. A lot of programs out there, a lot of mentors, a lot of businesses, what they do is they're just like, hey, pay $300, $350 for this technician. He'll program it. He'll install it for you. I don't want to deal with it. That's what a lot of these businesses, programs, courses, mentors, that's what they do. So what you want to do is you want to go with a one-stop shop. You want to work with someone that's pretty much going to guide you from A to Z when it comes to starting your ATM business. And programming, it is one of the main things when it comes to this business, learning how to program your own ATM. So besides programming, I'm also going to provide you one placement agreement. Now, the placement agreement is pretty much the contract between you and the business owner, right? The contract agreement, it is very important. This is the agreement that's going to protect you and it's going to protect the business owner. So you've got to make sure that you have an enforceable agreement when it comes to the ATM business. I will automatically provide you a location agreement included with my package. I actually paid my attorney $1,200 for this agreement, and I'm going to provide it already included as soon as you enroll, if you decide to. Now, we're also going to provide you unlimited one-on-one mentorship. Now, what unlimited one-on-one mentorship simply means is that you guys will literally have my cell phone number. You're going to have our email addresses. You're going to be able to contact us anytime that you need any help, anytime you need, have any concerns, any troubleshooting, we are going to be there for you. Now, every program should automatically provide you with tech support, which we do, but tech support, guys, they're only open 5 days a week, 9 to 5, right? You're lucky if you get them over the phone on the weekend, or, it's usually 1 or 2 people on call over the weekend, but you can only imagine how busy they are. So we do provide you unlimited one-on-one mentorship where pretty much you're going to be able to reach out to us first, and we're going to be able to guide you step by step how to work your machine, what questions you have, what concerns you have, and help you ultimately start as soon as possible. Now, last but not least, or not last but not least, but almost last but not least, PDFs. We are going to provide you tons of PDFs, over a dozen PDFs that you're going to be able to use for your ATM business. You're going to be able to use our brochures, our sales scripts, qualification questionnaires, MSB documentation. There's a lot of you guys that think that the ATM business is a money service business. That's actually incorrect. The ATM business is not a money service business. A money service business is like PLS, Western Union, a company that allows you to transfer funds from one account to another. This ATM right here, guys, this ATM does not allow you to transfer any funds. This ATM simply allows you to withdraw cash and check your balance. That's literally it. So for everyone wondering if the ATM business is a money service business, it is not. And I also provide you that documentation in case you need to show it to a bank. I also provide you a list of ATM business friendly banks. So for those of you guys that simply can't find a bank, don't worry. I will provide you a list of ATM business friendly banks all over the United States, where you just simply go down that list, figure out which bank is closest to you, and you set up that account. Now, last but not least, unlimited location finder service, guys. Now, our unlimited location finder service, if you guys are excited for that, go ahead and comment location right now. Go ahead and comment location. Let me know that you are excited to hear about our unlimited location finder service. And if you guys are, we're going to go ahead and touch base on that in 30 seconds. So give me 30 seconds, guys, and we'll go ahead and come back with our unlimited location finder service. All right, guys, welcome to our location or unlimited location finder segment. Now, for those of you guys that are interested in our unlimited location finder service, I'm about to bring on a special guest. He is my partner, mentor. His name is DeLeon. He currently owns a huge portfolio when it comes to the ATM business, and he's also the founder of our location finder service. So he's the one that you guys are going to pretty much be speaking to. He's the one that's going to have all the secret sauce when it comes to prospecting your location. So for those of you guys interested, go ahead and welcome DeLeon in the comments. There we go.
Juan, I appreciate it. I do not deserve the very welcoming introduction, but thank you so much, Juan. So with that said, I'm just here to answer a few questions about the location finder service. How was it founded? That's how I'll first. That's where I'll start. It was founded because when I had events, I would do a lot of events. I had fairs, I had festivals. I had a surplus of ATMs I would purchase through spring. So I had maybe 8 or 9 ATMs that were in my storage facility, and I have like Juan was saying earlier, he purchased several courses before he began his journey in entrepreneurship. Well, so did I. I purchased a bunch of courses in marketing and in sales. I've paid $10,000 to people to learn the skill sets that I have now. So what I did was I applied those same principles and skills I learned in marketing and created a marketing plan to get these ATMs out of my storage facility. So that's what I did. We started to get these these ATMs out of our storage facility, and we quickly found that this service was outpacing our rate of fulfillment. What do I mean by that? If I had 8 ATMs and landed 12, we have a good problem on our hands. So now I am now emptied my storage, and I'm now moving to my bank. I'm now purchasing more ATMs, and I'm having to fulfill each unit that we get. It got to the point where we were doing so well that we actually had to pause. So at that point, do I tell the people who I worked with so closely over the last 2-3 months to get more than 12 ATMs landed that they're fired because they did such a great job? Well, if I did, I'd be a massive jerk, right? Instead, what I did was I reached out to Juan, and I wanted him to try out the service for himself. And I kept these people in my employ to help him. And with the service, I'm sure that he could give a testimony himself. He's been able to land a handful of locations in a short amount of time. We then started working with more of his students. And right now, as Juan said, we are opening up the wait list. I can take on more students that we could fulfill for. With that said, we are being very strict. It's a first come, first serve basis. Not only are you partnering with us, but we're partnering with you. We have a different business model than most other location services have. Most location services, they charge you per location, $750 for a tattoo shop, $1,000 for I don't know, a convenience store. And they are divorced from whether the location does amazing or whether it does terrible. They don't care. The transaction is done. One night stand, boom, out of my hair, out of my, out of sight, out of mind. That's how most of these locations are, transacting with you. With us, we have a different model. The primary thing is I wanted to keep my people employed and I wanted to keep them, creating a valuable service. It is very hard to find good people who are working. So what I did was instead, we have onboarding. Onboarding right now for Juan students is $500. That covers their first commissions when they land because I want to give my people commissions. I want them to have a good incentive to continue to land you good quality locations. That covers their commission. That covers, a week's wage. And also it covers onboarding systems like, the delivery systems that I have and the acquisition systems that I have for your clients. One. And two, 10% of the surcharge. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, 10% of the surcharge, that's expensive. Well, I don't know. Have you ever tried to put your house on Airbnb? Because if you did, they're charging you 22% of the profits from your own house to put it on Airbnb. I own another company that specializes in marketing placement, and the exchanges that I work with take 30% of the overall profits. And that's not with them investing anything. That's not with them doing anything. And that doesn't even cover my onboarding costs. My onboarding is in the 5 figures. And I have to pay for the opportunity for them to take 30%. 10%, I feel, is a very generous point for me to be able to continually pay my people. And not only that, it also makes it so that I care about the location. The problem with the location finder services is they don't care how well the location does. Well, obviously, if I'm getting paid 10% of each transaction, I'm going to have a vested interest in your success. I'm going to show you the tactics that I've been able to use to take a $200 location to a $600 location in 2 to 3 months. Juan and Bernard are already using the marketing plans that I put in place for the nail salons and the barbershops that I've been able to take from 150 to 300 or 200 to $600 a month. We're already employing some of these marketing strategies that I use for all the businesses. And that is something that I'll have a vested interest in giving you and helping you, one, bring value to the business, two, bring value to yourself, and three, bring value to the people who are, landing these locations for you because I care about them too. So this is a triple win for everybody. I think that if we have a vested interest in your success and then our, people are getting paid commissions to land you more and more locations, as well as us getting paid off of the quality of the location versus the transaction of the initial location, I think that is the best possible scenario. So with that said, I'm willing to open it up to questions, or I'm just kind of following your lead, Juan. Where do you want to take this?
Yeah, so I wanted to, although you already explained a little bit of how the location finder service works, I want to go ahead and just kind of give the people a little bit of a testimony of the location finder service and how it's helped me. Now, as DeLeon said, guys, I've been able to land multiple locations, multiple ATMs on location just by using this location finder service. Now, the reason why I decided to partner on with DeLeon and he decided to partner up with me was because we knew that this was going to be a great opportunity for our students. This was going to be a great opportunity for ATM business owners in general. And that's because like he said, a lot of locations, they charge you an average of $1,000 per location, depending on the type of location they find you. So what you want to do is you want to be able to fulfill as many ATMs as you can when it comes to starting your ATM business. Now, if you're paying $1,000 per location, a lot of the times you're not going to be able to fulfill that many locations because by the time you've done fulfilled your third location, that's already $3,000 down the drain that you spent on location finder service alone. Now, let alone that $3,000, you got to hope that the location also performs enough to pay itself off as soon as possible, right? So if you end up putting $3,000 in 3 locations and each of those locations are generating you the minimum, you're pretty much screwed, right? You're screwed. So the last thing you want to do is invest so much money in a location you don't even know about, right? And that's why we decided to create this system, because ultimately, like DeLeon said, it's a win-win. We do not win unless you win, right? Our main priority is to make sure that you succeed when it comes to installing your ATM business and starting your ATM business in general. Now, we're not gonna, how can I say, not promise that you're gonna win, but we aren't going to pretty much, how can I say it? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, what I'm basically trying to say is you're not going to win if we sell you one location and then kind of turn away, right? If we sell you a location that's like $1,000 and then we're like, hey, you know what? That's the location we found you. You know, whether it does good or whether it does bad. If it turns out that the location does bad, guess what? That's bad reputation on us. That's our program not working, not doing what we are saying that it does. So what we want to do is we want to make a shift. We want to change up the system that majority of these programs, majority of these mentors and location finder service provide, and that's actually winning with you, finding you a location and not charging you an upfront cost per location that we help find you, right? Like DeLeon says, all you're paying is a small 10% fee of the location. And pretty much like he said, we have an invested interest in finding you great locations. And guess what? You also get unlimited location finder service. So you're able to fulfill as many ATMs as you want. And you're also able to pretty much, if the location doesn't work out, guess what? You can go find another one with our service. And we're going to continue to provide that because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you win. So
100%.
like DeLeon says, I've been able to land multiple ATMs on location leveraging the system. And I know our current students have as well. For example, Bernard, I know he's probably in the comments right now, and he also has been able to leverage the system. I actually tried to get him on board, but he was having a hard time or technical difficulties when it came to joining our live tonight. But Eric Lopez, what's up, brother? How you doing? I see he's in the comments as well. He's also been leveraging this system, and you guys can ask them for yourself, guys. If you don't feel comfortable hearing it from us, go ahead and reach out to them. Add them as a friend. Eric Lopez, Bernard, they've been using the system as well. I know another student of mine named Robin Choi. I was trying to get him. I'll probably bring him on another live and kind of do a one-on-one interview with him and ask him how the service is for you guys to see for yourself. But you guys can reach out to all these people. That's exactly why I post student success stories in my guide section, so you guys can see for yourself and you're not just hearing it from me. So you can go over to the guide section, take a look at all of my students that so far have been able to land locations, ATMs on location, whether it's on their own or with our location finder service, and reach out to them directly and ask them for yourself. But
and if I could add this,
yeah.
I'll say this. My mentor, somebody who I've had the pleasure of having his mentorship for the last 2 years. He has over 900 ATMs. And one of the things that he told me is the reason why I'm able to be generous in this area is because I know where I make my money in this area. Me, I have an ATM business. I make money in the ATM business. I do not make money off of the location finding service. That is not how I make my money. I make my money off of my ATM business. So because of that, I'm able to package this at a competitive price and also get you guys fast success, keep my people employed, and eventually, as we grow, the service grows, and guess what? Eventually, maybe we'll see in the future about this becoming a full-fledged stream of income and service for everybody, right? So that's the reason why we're able to be so competitive, because if I make my money over here, which I've been able to amass a multiple dozen ATM portfolio in a matter of 4 years, then I can be generous over here. So most people make their money off of the location finder service. Me, that's not where I make my money. I have multiple companies, I have multiple businesses, and I actually reached out to Juan. He was actually doing me a service by helping me keep my people employed and helping him find success. And it was such a takeoff success that we had to slow down his fulfillment and had to transition to his students. So I know that Eric, we were able to get 3 verbal yeses. He's getting a location installed on Friday. Robin, I love his analytical mind. He is extremely analytical and skeptical, logical. I love it. Turning skeptic into believers. I care about you guys. I want you guys to be successful. I started this business and I remember how difficult it was to get my first location. In fact, Juan has actually had more success than me in his first year than I did. First location I got was a nail salon that did 4 transactions in an entire month, and it took me 6 months to land that first location. And now I'm at the point where I'm at closing in on almost 80 ATMs in a matter of 4 years. And it's because of the system that I created for Client Drive that is now getting you guys success. And you guys have access to it for a one-time fee and 10% of the quality, and that's it. So
I got Bernard on the line, on the other line. Let me go ahead and bring him in. Hey, you were able to join. I think you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna join for a few minutes.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, cool, man. I'm actually gonna go and enjoy a movie with my daughter and my wife. We're gonna go watch Super Mario. But hey, I wanted to share with you guys because talking about the location finder service. So, one of the locations that was found last week, we'll be doing an install with them this week. That's that'll mark number 4. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I just had a call with the lady, and what's really cool about this location, and this is where I want to encourage everybody on this. Like, this is something to think about. This place does. The lady already knew her stats. 54 is her transactions per day. She's been in business for 10 years. So she knows the stats. It's 54 transactions per day. She already charges the customers an additional $3 if they use the card. If they use cash, she gives them a discount. So me going in there, even charging that $3, and the lady's gonna get a cut out of every single one of those. She's already in the surplus.
Yep.
So and, I just got off the phone with her maybe 20 minutes ago. And she was like, okay, so there's no risk to me. I was like, no, there's no risk to you. It's all the risk to me. I'm like, if this ATM doesn't work, like, I bear everything. I've got a brand new ATM at your place. I'm paying for the cell box. I'm everything. And she's like, all right, cool. She's like, yeah, let's move forward, you know? So and I say this too, is like, we were talking about this, and I always post on my social media. Go, you have to show people that you care first. And that I will say this about DeLeon. He's a person who cares. I care a lot. There's a lot of behind the scenes students that gain access to me now that I go way above and beyond to just help them out. So what you guys are getting with this program, you're getting a mentor. You're not just getting a location finder. You're actually getting a mentor. And so you're getting so much more. I mean, DeLeon has probably 14, 15 years of business experience. I've got 18 years of business experience. You know, every person on this call is a 6-figure earner. But that's not the goal, is for us to say, oh, I'm a 6-figure earner. We want to be able to help you have the same success that we're having. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm excited about that one later on this week. Go and deliver it.
Appreciate you, B-Mac. I remember when we call her Jarvis because she's pretty much like the person who runs everything behind the scenes. But I remember when she hit me up about the location and she said it was close to you. And I kind of did the preliminary, then we handed it off to you. And yeah, I'm excited. So it's a testimony. But here's the thing. B-Mac was the second person outside of me and Juan to join the location finder service. The second person. So he had there was no track record really developed other than my own testimony, but who believes me, right? Glad that Juan believed me. So B-Mac had to take a massive leap of faith, and I'm appreciative of that. Now this is 4 locations in a month and a half, 2 months, I think. How long has it been? 2 months. So on average 2 a month, and I believe that we actually had to slow down after the first week because of the fulfillment, because we were really growing fast on the rate of fulfillment. So B-Mac, I appreciate you, man. I'm so grateful for you. And Juan, thank you for putting this entire, venture together and having a heart to help people. You have two great people who are going to really do everything they can to help you, even at their own, every moment we spend with BMAC, that's a moment from his daughter and his wife. Juan, people don't know he has a daughter, young guy who's creating a legacy and an example. So, and me myself, I have kids, so we're not here to make money. We're here to create value, and obviously, value is going to make money, but that money is a derivative of value. It is not the goal. So, anyways, that's where I end it. I appreciate you guys. And B-Mac, thank you for hopping on. Enjoy Mario with your family, and I'll hit you up later. So.
It's a great movie. I already watched it, Bernard. You're gonna enjoy it.
All right, brother. I'll see you guys.
And then if you can also add the vanilla.
All right, DeLeon. I mean, you want to go ahead and stick along with me for the Q&A? I'm gonna jump into a quick Q&A. How the people ask some questions. I got TickTock here on my other side as well. TickTock always goes crazy when it comes to questions. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump onto a Q&A for those of you guys that have any questions about the ATM business, our location finder service, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and comment down below. Now, real quick, before we actually jump into our what was I going to say? The Q&A. I have a special offer for the next 3 people. Now, again, TikTok, for those of you guys watching, if you guys are interested in this offer, message me on Instagram. But for everyone on my Facebook, on YouTube, wherever it is that you guys are watching me, I have a special offer for the next 3 people, and it is first come, first serve. I am able to help you fund your ATM business with $0 down. So for those of you guys that met the qualifications for our funding, which I listed earlier, a 620 minimum credit score, $35,000 in annual income, and a 3 months of employment, or if you're self-employed, 2-year tax return, you automatically qualify for our funding, and you're able to fund our whole ATM business program and get your ATM business started 100% with none of your money, $0 down. So like I said, guys, this is only an offer for the first 3 people that reach out to me. So if you are interested in these 3 openings, go ahead and comment right now. $0. Go ahead and comment $0. $0. Go ahead and comment down below, and me or Bernard or a team member will go ahead and reach out to you guys as soon as possible, and we'll go ahead and get you in line for a quick 10 to 15 minute informational call. We'll go ahead and ultimately give you all the details that you need, see if you qualify, make sure everything's nice and smooth, and get you started. But like I said, guys, I only have 3 spots for someone that wants to start with our funding program at $0 down. As soon as we fill these spots up, it will be a $500 down in order to have access to our funding. So for those of you guys that want to get started with $0 down, go ahead and comment $0 right now, $0, and we'll go ahead and reach out to you guys. Now, also, if you guys are watching the replay, comment $0 down, comment anything that I'm saying, because at the end of the day, I'm still watching the comments. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give it 30 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into a Q&A. So for those of you guys that have any questions, go ahead and start putting your questions in the comments, and we'll be right back in 30 seconds. Sorry, I'm over here talking to TikTok. All right, guys. So go ahead and comment down your questions if you guys have any questions. Now, DeLeon, if we don't have any questions here on Facebook or YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here on TikTok and read some of these questions over here. Let me see. How much is the ATM initial cost? So the ATM alone, this ATM right here, guys, you're looking at about $2,700 after tax. After tax, you're looking at about $2,700, and that's my price with the internet box. So we actually have a bundle. One thing I actually recommend you guys doing is always going with a one-stop shop and working with bundles. Whenever you work with bundles, you get discounts compared to if you buy everything individually, right? I have a client, or not a client yet, but he reached out to me saying, hey, how much can you give me an ATM? How much can you give me internet box? And then I told him the individual price. And then he was like, oh, it's because I'm getting the ATM for 25 something over here after tax. And with the internet box, it's like 28 or something like that. And he was like, how much can you give me the internet by itself? Because he thought $2,700 was going to get him just the ATM. I'm like, no, that my actual ATM comes with the internet box for this price. And it turned out that it was actually a better price than what he was getting over there, trying to get everything individually. So he decided to just go ahead and purchase with me. So we are going to go ahead and move on forward with shipping him an ATM. So yeah, $2,700 for an ATM.
That is an extremely good deal, because I don't know if you actually, who do you use? Do you use DPL or do you use in hand?
In hand.
Okay, so in hands
DPL
are
is
like,
expensive.
yes, in hands are like $200 for a good one. So he's like $250, and not only that, you also have to pay for the cell service as well. So that's actually a very good deal. That's actually a better deal than I get, unless I have to buy 3 or 4 at a time to get deals like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people think, that, ATMs are too expensive. But whenever you work with programs, whenever you work with mentors, a company that you've built a great relationship with, like all of my students, you get automatic wholesale pricing on all ATM purchases from here on out. Now, I have another question, DeLeon, that I believe you are probably a little bit more educated for this question than I am. But what do you think about the US dollar change? Is it going to ruin the ATM industry?
Okay, so I love this question. You are supposed to be a watcher of the times. You are supposed to be somebody who is absorbing information. Now, the problem is when information inhibits action. Okay, the number one thing that you need to take is action. And if that tells me anything, that tells me that if the US dollar is, in jeopardy, or if the dollar is going digital, guess what that means? That means that we are in the right place at the right time. Why? Because physical cash is going to be more valuable. You understand that when all currency turns into digital, that average surcharge in America is going to be $5. And who's going to reap the benefits of that? How difficult do you think it's going to be to start an ATM business 3 years from now? How difficult do you think it's going to be? They're going to create more rules and regulations, and this opportunity today will not be the same opportunity tomorrow. So the longer you wait, because here's the thing. I remember when everybody told me to not start an ATM business back in 2019, and then 2020 happened, and then all the COVID happened. Nobody wants cash, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Guess what happened? I had a lot of barbershops not cutting hair at their barbershop anymore. I was going through a massive recession in my business as well as the nation, right? And now look, I have over 73 ATMs in a matter of 4 years, and I invested during the time that people are scared. Buy fear, sell greed. When people are greedy, you need to sell. When people are scared, you need to buy. So if you're buying when everybody's afraid, that's how you come to the top. So I urge everybody who's hearing this, if you have any concerns about the dollar, then you need to invest in scarcity. And I can tell you this right now, physical cash is a scarcity, and soon it'll be a commodity that businesses are going to pay a lot of money for.
Yes, sir. We got another question. So this is from Kaylin. She's like, how do you handle an interview for a business bank account? If I remember correctly, there's a Volt Cash account and a profit account. How would you explain that to the bank or sell it in a positive way? So the way I see it, whenever I go to, or whenever I used to go to the banks, is number one, guys, you want to be able to hopefully talk to the right person, right? Every now and then you may walk into the bank and you may run into, that asshole that does not want to deal with you, or just, is having a bad day, right? So one thing that I used to always do whenever I would walk into banks and trying to find out whether the bank could work with me or not is right off the jump, I'll try to get a hold of a manager. And if I get a no from a manager at one branch, I would go to the other branch, right? Just because I get a no from one bank or one bank brand doesn't mean that I might not get a yes from the other, the same branch or the same bank, but a different branch, right? So the way I usually always do it whenever I walk on in there, first and foremost, before I even walk into a bank, now I understand if you guys, like, it's your day off and you got time to, swing by the bank last minute, then you could do that. But one thing that I used to always do is I would actually call the bank over the phone before I even, walked on in there. Reason being is because you want to save as much time as possible. You want to be able to have everything that you need to have whenever you walk in. And by that, you have to jump on the phone real quick, ask them, do they work with the ATM Business? If they do, what it is that they require, your EIN, your LLC, a location agreement, do they require processing agreements? Pretty much they're going to give you all the information that you need. And then that's when you walk into the business with everything in hand. One, that makes you look more professional. And then two, if you have everything in hand, you make their job a lot easier, right? Whenever you walk on in there and you're like, hey, I want to open up an account for my ATM Business. I need a surcharge account and a bulk cash account. First of all, they're going to want to know, is it a checkings? Is it a business? Is it a business checkings, business savings? Like what type of account? Obviously business, right? So you have to explain all these things with them. But I get a lot of beginners that, reach out to me on message and they're like, hey, I walked into the bank and I try to open up an account, but they say they don't work with the ATM Business. I'm like, do you have your LLC? Do you have your EIN? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, that's probably why they rejected you, because they see that you're not an established company. They see that you're not an actual business. So you guys have to first have everything in hand first. As soon as you walk into the bank, always walk in with, look professional, look like you're there to do business, like you're not just there to, wearing a regular t-shirt, shorts, or whatever, a hat, whatever. Walk in and look professional.
And if I can even add, in fact, I don't know if this is exclusive sauce that you save for your students. So whoever's catching a live right now, you are in for a small treat. But you also have to remember that your business is a value-centered business, and the bank is a business. Are you bringing value to the business? Are you bringing value to the bank? How do banks make money? Can anybody tell me how a bank makes money? Because if you can't, then you really already tilted your negotiation hand. So the banks that I've had to start, I've actually had to negotiate with the executives. So like you were saying earlier, decision makers over gatekeepers. Decision makers over gatekeepers and everything. So who's a gatekeeper? Who's a decision maker? Always be speaking to the decision maker. Two, if you know how the banks make money, then you know how to speak their language. If you want to really, tilt the odds in your favor to start a bank account, you need to ask for a business checking, 2 of them, one for vault, one for surcharge, and then you also need to ask for a business savings. Why? Because banks literally leverage your savings on Wall Street. If you tell them, hey, you can gamble this little bit of money I put here as long as you give me access to this much money, that actually helps your negotiations a lot. I've had to put 5 G's in savings in order to get access to $50,000 in cash every 2-3 days. So.
Yep. That's exactly true. That's a little bit of a golden nugget. That's some secret sauce that DeLeon just dropped for you guys. So for everyone that's tuned in to the end, you definitely are getting a little bit more than value, some golden nuggets. So any more questions, guys? Any more questions? TikTok's a little bit, they're usually on fire. Now I was getting a bunch of comments earlier, just so I didn't want to distract myself and look over there. Facebook, Kaylin, thank you for your question. Anyone else have any questions? Any other questions? If you guys don't have any more questions, hopefully we answered your questions. But for anyone watching right now, that's interested in our funding guide, go ahead and comment funding, and we'll go ahead and send that funding guide over to you guys as well. Now, also for all of my newest members that have joined this group, if you guys haven't taken advantage of our ATM Business Strategy Guide, go ahead and comment guide as well. GUIDE. Go ahead and comment guide, and we'll go ahead and send that over to you guys. But if you guys don't have any questions, that's pretty much it. I don't see any more questions coming in, DeLeon. So I guess we're off early. Oh, got a question from Christian Rodriguez on YouTube. How much is the ATM Elite package? So it just depends on which package you want to go with. Our Elite package, it in a sense branches into like 3 or 4 different packages. It just depends whether you want a location, a guaranteed location, unlimited location, the package alone, no ATM. It would just depend on which package you want to go with, Christian. So Christian, message me on Instagram, and then I'll go ahead and send you my guide. I'll go ahead and send you all my packages, and then ultimately you can see which one you want to go with. Any more questions, guys? I ain't got no more questions. I see a guide on TikTok. Message me on Instagram, brother. I'll go ahead and send that to you. All right, DeLeon. Well, I mean, I ain't got no more questions, so I think we're good. We're good for tonight. We made it just a little bit under an hour, which is good. We always take about an hour, but that's perfectly fine.
That's awesome. Appreciate you guys logging in, asking your questions. If you have any further questions, I can go ahead and drop my information in the Facebook group. Make sure you join Juan's Facebook group to get access to our chats. I'll drop my information. Also, Juan, you know where to find him. Definitely make sure you're following him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, in order to get any of the questions you have answered. So with that said, guys, toodles. Appreciate you guys having me on and tuning in. So
sounds good. All right, DeLeon. Talk soon, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you guys again for everyone that's tuned in. Christian, I see that you're interested in the elite package. You want to know pricing. So I'll go ahead and message you and I'll send you all my packages for you to see, you know, which one's a great fit for you and see if you're even interested in any. But for everyone that's tuned in on the live, guys, thank you guys so much for joining the group. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you guys. I hope I answered all of your guys' questions throughout the live, and I hope I gave you guys a bunch of value. But with that being said, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for tonight's live training. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace.